So they could have Shieldred next turn, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Not gonna mess with them potentially having Shieldred next turn. Thalia. Sweet. This is what I think of your stupid Thalia. Pew! Pew! Good evening, friends. Today, I would like to introduce you to a barnyard implement. A barnyard implement by the name of 2x4. Let's check it out, 2x4. Why is it called 2x4? Because we've got 2 spells, Stoke the Flames and Invasion of Regatha, that both deal 4. Credit where credit's due. This is 75 out of 75. A list by a player named STORMQROW. STORMQROW did well in a Magic Online event last week. I'll link the Magic Online event in the show notes. 75 out of 75. So Michael J changed 0 out of this deck. I just wanted to give it a fly. What's going on in this deck? Michael J, is this just a red deck? No, this is a red deck with a ton of legit new March of the Machine stuff in it. So a ton. All right, so let's talk about inclusions and exclusions. At 1, Kumano faces Kakkazan, Monastery Swiftspear, Play with Fire. Notably, no Phoenix Chick. At 2, 3 copies of Feldon, Ronom, Excavator. I think we played 1 in the last deck we showcased. Notably, no copies of Bloodthirsty Adversary. That is a Kill Your Darlings moment. Bloodthirsty Adversary is like in all the red decks, right? Instead, we have new card, March of the Machine, Khenra Spellspear. So Khenra Spellspear has Trample and Prowess. And for 3, it's always 3 in this set because you don't have blue, so you're never going to pay 4 for it. It can become Gitaxian Spell Stalker, which is a 3/3 with Trample, Ward 2, and Prowess. There's like a lot of prowess on this card. So this card is very, very special in the world of red decks. It's got prowess. It's got prowess again. It's got prowess on the front side. It's got trample. It's got ward sometimes. What's so special about this card is what it doesn't have. It doesn't have haste. So you gotta have a pretty good creature to not have haste in red decks these days. So keep an eye out. Did Khenra Spellspear hold its weight in our games? So we got the 2x4s of Invasion of Regatha, Stoke the Flames. Those guys are coming into deal 4. Invasion of Regatha. This card in particular is, this is crazy. This is like the red deck equivalent of Thalia. So, somebody at WotC decided that Stone Rain at 3 mana was not fun, but Thalia was okay. Used to be you paid 3 mana for a Char, which was deal 4 damage to something off in your opponent's face, deal 2 damage to yourself. Now with Invasion of Regatha, it's deal 4 damage to your opponent and deal 1 to one of their creatures. I would be overjoyed if some point during these games we got to char the opponent's face and kill a Thalia, because I hate Thalia. Maybe kill a Skrelv. Anyway, backside is a Disciples of the Inferno. I never attack my battles, so that's not going to come up. I can tell you right now, I'm not going to attack any battles. Don't do that. Right? So some people attack battles. I don't. I deal 4 and then I move on. Right? So Stoke the Flames, Ralph Stokesy, another thing that does 4. I played Stoke the Flames in a Pro Tour once. And I was in a 15-person scrum for top 8 because I messed up and missed an Eidolon trigger on day 1. But Stoke the Flames is good for me in that Pro Tour. 2 different cards at deal 4. I think this is going to be poison for opponents' life totals. Creature team rounded up by Squee Dubious Monarch, which I think is dubious in this deck. I'm just not a Squee guy. I played it in the CGB style red decks, but I don't really like Squee. I think it underperforms a lot of the time. And the opponent it gives the opponent this opportunity to feel good about themselves, which I don't like. So anytime the opponent's, I'm going to cut down your Squee. Your Squee costs 3. My cut down costs 1. Now I'm going to untap and cast Graveyard Trespasser or Corpse Appraiser. They just feel so good about themselves. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need to be spending 3 mana for a 2/2 to make their cut down good, and then like they get a 2-for-1 or like I don't need it. I'm not a Squee guy. In the case that I'm playing a 3 casting cost creature in my red deck in standard, I'm a Furnace Punisher guy. I played Furnace Punisher in at the regional championship. I thought it was great in testing. I mythiced in one day twice playing Furnace Punishers in my best of 3 red decks. So this is, I think, day 2 of the new season. And I'm like, well, why did I not mythic faster? Am I not winning? No, it's actually an interesting thing. Like, last 2 seasons, I had never played ladder for a long time. Because I was always playing events. I spent a lot of these videos even playing events. But my friend Lanny said, hey, I think you should play ladder. It's better competition to get ready for the regional championship. So I played ladder, but I knew I was going to play this red deck. So I just very focusedly played the red deck, and I played it at a very high win rate. But it turns out, if you're just playing the red deck, you just, at the same win rate, you just get a lot of matches done and just you up the ladder real quick. Versus now, I'm like, I'll play some Jeskai, I'll play some Grixis, I'll play some Mono Blue, I'm recording videos, hopefully it's going to be good content. So if you're doing all that kind of stuff, it's not that first of all, my win rate is worse, right? So I win more with the red deck than I win with other decks, but my win rate is not bad now, but it is worse. But apparently, I didn't put this as part of my math equation. You could just play a lot and win a lot of games with the red decks quicker. So that's the reason why I didn't ladder up quick. So we're medium high in platinum right now. My goal is to get to diamond. Maybe we'll get to diamond by the end of this video. Not a Squee guy, but we're playing Squee because this is 75 out of 75 Stormcrow's deck. One thing I want you to think about while you're watching this video. Is Rending Flame any good? Right? So Stormcrow played 4x Rending Flame in the main deck, and I did not take it out because I'm playing 75 out of 75 Stormcrow's deck. Here's the thing about Rending Flame. I'm a Rending Flame guy. I'm like 3x plus Rending Flames in my sideboard over and over and over again in different red decks. But this doesn't damage face, right? It only damages creatures. I just wonder if Stormcrow registered this deck, which ended up doing really well, and I think a 5-0 in a league was where I saw the deck. It's not know about Nahiri's Warcrafting, because in the universe you're going to pay 3 mana for a card that does 5 but doesn't damage the opponent. Nahiri's Warcrafting at least interacts with Invasion of Regatha. Rending Flame doesn't. Bonus on Rending Flame is if you're hitting the backside of a Dennick, you get a little extra damage. If you're fighting Shieldred, it's obviously better at fighting Shieldred because you can potentially kill Shieldred on upkeep and not take any damage, so that's good. But Nahiri's Warcrafting, take more damage from Shieldred all the time because you can't kill Shieldred on upkeep if you have that card. But you can interact with your own Invasion of Regatha. I think there's going to be games where your opponent just drew 3 go for the throats. You have an Invasion of Regatha in play and you have creature removal in your hand. Maybe Nahiri's Warcrafting would have been better. So keep an eye on that. Be like, hey, would have been better if we were Rending Flame versus Nahiri's Warcrafting. Let's talk quickly about the sideboard. Playing best of 3 today, best of 3 on the ladder. So we're going to hit the sideboard today. 4 Koth of Fire Resistance. I am a Koth guy. I think Koth is a top 5 card in Standard. It doesn't see a lot of play because it's only good in the red deck. It's only good in the mono red deck, but it's insane, right? So I think contextually this card might be better than Jace the Mind Sculptor on 4, right? It has card drawing ability that does exactly what you want and also gets you to your end game. It's +2 loyalty. It's -3 is kill anything, right? So the reason I like Koth so much is you just get 4 mountains and play +1 once and you can kill Shieldred for 0 mana. And that is all I want to do with my life when I'm playing Koth against Shieldred decks. So 4x of that. 4 Lithomantic Barrage. I've been talking about this as anytime anybody asks me. Lithomantic Barrage is the truth. This card is the truth. Beats up on Mono Blue. Beats up on Rafine. Gitrog Monster. It's awesome against regular Thalia. Not 4 casting cost Thalia. 2 casting cost Thalia. This card's awesome against it because it costs 1. Just because it costs 1. So it's just more play with fire type action. So if you're tight on mana, but you have 2 mana, you can kill Thalia. Kill Thalia basically unconditionally. Kill Rafine. Kill Gitrog Monster. Kill... I don't know. Haughty Djinn, it kills Talarian Terror. This card is the truth. Stormcrow did a good job by adding 4 to the sideboard. I'm not a huge fan of Obliterating Bolt. I liked it in the last format because it's so good at killing white creatures, but I think Lithomancy Barrage picks up a lot of that work. So if you're up against Dennick and it's turn 2, yeah, Obliterating Bolt's great. I mean, if you have a question about whether or not, like, oh, my opponent happens to have, you know, a Restoration of a Ganjo or a 3/4 Rebuy Angel in play, like, is Obliterating Bolt great? Yeah, it does 4. But now that Lithomantic Barrage is available, it's not that, like, Obliterating Bolt is bad. It's just that, like, Lithomantic Barrage just does a lot of what you want contextually, because Obliterating Bolt was specifically coming in to kill, like, 3/4 Rebuy Angels and Restoration of Iganjo and those kinds of cards. Like, you wouldn't bring it in, again, in the mirror, right? You wouldn't bring it in against Shieldred. It's not big enough to kill Shieldred, right? So it's there for white creatures primarily, and Lithomantic Barrage is already doing that. So rounding out this sideboard is Furnace Punisher. This deck doesn't play Furnace Punisher in the main deck, so like I said, I'm a Furnace Punisher guy. I think this is one of the best threats in the format. It beats people with 2 planes in play just because it has Menace. This card is so good at, like, keeping soldiers honest. I think it's fantastic. You know, you can't have everything. So this deck doesn't have Fable the Mirror Breaker. I love Fable the Mirror Breaker as a sideboard card. So I think it's comparable to, if not better than, Squee offensively. I almost would be like, maybe we just move 2 Furnace Punishers to the main deck and then get 2 Fable the Mirror Breakers or something like that in the sideboard, make a little room that way, because I'm not a huge Squee fan. But who knows? I'm playing Stormcrow's deck. Again, high platinum today. See if we can get to diamond. See you after the jump. All right, friends. Let's burn down the ladder. Set the ladder on fire. Enoch Root! Enoch Root. Neil Stevenson fan over here. This hand is great. Could be better, but it is still pretty great. Open on Kumano, faces Kakkazan on the play. Gonna have a 3/3 Feldon on turn 2. Darkslick Shores. So, if they were planning to cut us down, they're not gonna. Battle for 3. Probably Grixis. Probably this deck's best matchup. What do you got on turn 2? Nothing. Go for the throat. I am going to swing in for 2, then play Khenra Spellspear. This guy doesn't have haste, so they could play Corpse Appraiser on this turn, which would kind of smell. Huh. If I do this, what happens? Keep that. Counterspell your cut down? That felt filthy. Oh, opponent. Not gonna look good. Power up! Grixis. Okay. Furnace Punisher in, Koth in. That's the easy part. That's the hard part. Stoke the Flames. I think I'm going to cut that card. And then I always shave, like, some Feldons, especially on the play. Like, Squee is, like, so unexciting, actually. What do you got? Like, Squeeze 3. He's bad against Corpse Appraiser. I still have, like, 1 Feldon. I think that's okay. Maybe if we're on the play again in Game 3, we'll reconsider playing all the Feldons again. Enoch Root. I'll keep this. This hand is obviously not the most aggressive hand, but we have like 3 lands and a Koth. I don't know we'll get there. Maybe we're just going to draw a Khenra here. Or like a Monastery Swiftspear. Or a mountain. Bring it. Maybe the opponent was like, I'm going to cut down their Monastery Swiftspear and then cast Corpse Appraiser. Green. Okay. I am going to invite them to kill our Kumano. Did we see Ziatora's Proving Ground in Game 1? I don't recall that. Please stick. Please stick. Yeah! Moral victory. Their best play, I think, is Shieldred, which we can take care of with ease. Yeah, they must have played. Must have played that. So many Kumano faces Kakkazan. Do they just not have an answer for this guy? Battle. Cut down. I'll allow it. Pew, pew! Send a message. That message is, I have a basic mountain in hand. Take 2. So good. Mono red always feels so good, except when the opponent's just like mono obliterators, then it does not feel good. Send a message. Connect for, I think they're just dead. I'm gonna hold this mountain because we're at ultimate already. So if we get an untap, that's just a char. And then we have more than enough mana to cast both of these burn spells, which should be lethal. I'm gonna let them do whatever they want to do. You know, maybe they have like a play of some sort. Pew and pew. Sorry, Grixis, with Ziatora's Proving Ground. Rank up. We want all of them to go like that. Going second. That's no fun. I just don't recommend it. Alright, for going second hand, this hand's okay. I'm going to play Kumano faces Kakkazan. The only way that we get caught is if they have a Blood Tithe Harvester here. So they don't. Even if they had a Blood Tithe Harvester, we're probably just going to play the Khenra. If we draw a land, it'll be great. If we don't, our life's going to go on. We have main deck Rending Flame for the Shieldred that's coming up in the next couple of turns for sure. Jace the Perfected Mind. Alright, what do we want to do here? I will Ting-a-ling Jace. Attack here and attack here. Invasion of Tarkir. How about a land deck? A land would be nice. Blood Tithe Harvester. Okay, there's a land. This is going to trade for this if we gave them the... If we attack... Let's just see how bad they could be. I'm going to attack. Like, I think they're just going to block here. If they blocked her, that would be Christmas. Trade's fine. Play another Spellspear, not Sunspear. Discard blood means they don't have shielded if they discard blood. 10. Takanuma. Is that main phase? Tapping out. Y'all in trouble. Let's see, what can we do? What kind of chaos can we reap? So if we lightning strike this guy, then we come in for 4, 5, 6, 7. What's better? Play Squee. Probably gonna block here. If we play this, they go down to 6. I can attack with this. Lots of good plays. What's the best play, though? I think I'm just going to attack again. Yeah. Submit 0. So they're dead to the lightning strike in our hand. Corpse Appraiser, sure. So if they make disappear by sacrificing Corpse Appraiser, counter still kills them. Okay, Grixis Bobixis. Furnace Punisher for sure, Koth for sure. We're going to make our deck far less interesting than it was a few minutes ago. Do we want any of these? Well, arguably, we could just take out some Feldons and keep some Stokes. Feldon's like pretty unenthusiastic on the draw. I guess you want the 1-2 punch of Kumano faces Kakkazan into Feldon still. I'll keep this. This hand's not fast, but we're not going for world speed record in sideboard games. Blood Tithe Harvester. I'll allow it. I'm going to let them hit us with the Blood Tithe Harvester because if we just kill it, then they might play Corpse Appraiser. I will discard a land. We lost a Koth. They're going to attack this probably. This is a good time to kill this now. This is great because they're tapped out, and so we can land Furnace Punisher and guarantee damage. Their best follow-up play is probably Shieldred. We have awesome counterplay on that. I mean, other than just killing Furnace Punisher. Corpse Appraiser, sure. Draw a card here. Don't think they can deal with this with 1 mana. Speaking of mana, that's enough for now, deck. Discard Flame Blast Bolt. All right. This single Furnace Punisher has already done 5. I guess that discarding that Flame Blast Bolt is what got them there. Swiftspear. I am not going to play out... maybe I should actually do this. That's probably better. This is a prophylactic against Invoke Despair. It's bad if they have Invasion of Amonkhet. Then we would have to discard this awesome Rending Flame. Gix's Command. Okay. I guess it was also bad in that situation. Eight. Shieldred. Sure. Not going to be happy about this. Play this out. No longer, if they have Invasion of Amonkhet, we just don't lose any card then. All right. They are at 6. What do we want? Ralph Stokesy. Regatha. I think this game is going to be slipping away in a second. Point removal I would take. Squee, Dubious, Monarch. So block Squee. Take one. We're going to leave this guy back so that we don't get slaughtered by Lazotep. They're at 5. This is going to be tight. That Gix's command. Yeah. It was what Gix's commands are. Land, 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 and land. If we attack with all, so we can't stop them from flipping. They're going to flip this turn if they want. If we attack with all, we get in 2. Or we don't. We no longer get in with anything. I think they should have let us attack. I think taking 1 is not that relevant. Taking 2 is relevant because then they're dead to lightning strike. They didn't even kill the right one. Wouldn't you want to kill the one that can become Shieldred? Eat this. All right, I think we're dead. I don't know if there's any cards we can draw that are going to save us at this point. Invasion of Amonkhet, sure. I don't have any cards in hand. You're not getting me. Rending Flame. Are these spirits? That's a dragon, rogue, rogue. A block here, take 1, go to 4. I think we have Stoke or Regatha, like some amount of those guys in our deck still. I mean, if it were me, I would just kill both of these things so I'd have blockers up. Chandra.
Fire doesn't need a plan.
Go for the throat. Think on your feet. Blood Tithe Harvester. Draw a deal 4. Feldon. It's... See if they block. Nope. If they blocked, we had a chance. Dead and dead. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we're dead. Did we even have a deal 4 in our deck? I told you Feldon wasn't going to be that good. We had no deal 4s in our deck, so we weren't going to win that way anyway. I like this. Squeeze sucks. Squeeze smells like not good. It's just not a good card. I didn't even play Squee in the regional championship. Just, I mean, it's pretty good in the mirror if you're on the play. Keep this. No removal. Who needs removal, right? Pew, pew! Kumano faces Kakkazan is great in this matchup. I mean, it's often just great, right? But it's great in this matchup because exiling creatures is so effective against Corpse Appraiser and their reanimation subsweep. I think this is worth it. We're bad against Brotherhood's End with that play. Invasion of Tarkir. We will lose probably Etching. It's a good turn for the opponent. I'm going to flip this guy. So this guy now has Ward. So he's a dangerous MFer. Shieldred, sure. Resolve. Pew pew! That's how you do it. That's how you do it, Platinum Ladder gamers. You know, for years, we used to say battle, you know, like, I'm going to play you or whatever, so let's battle. That's the kind of thing you'd say to your friends and stuff. But now there's actually battles. Hand's pretty good. So this is one of the rare occasions where I'm not going to open on Kumano. I'm going to play first turn Monastery Swiftspear, second turn Kumano. Kumano will buff Squee. This bites us if the opponent has cut down in their opening hand. Or like play with fire. They could play with fire us here, but in most other cases, it should not bother us too badly. So we get like the prowess buff from Kumano and then the +1/+1 buff from Squee. We have our third land to cast Squee. So it's all great. Skrelv. Even if you could block, dubious that you would want to. These matchups are always tough. It's going to be a savage race. Thalia. This guy. Just him. We might draw like a more appropriate burn spell that we can go like Monastery Swiftspear, prowess up. We're going to be in like a pretty good position. Skrelv's kind of annoying. It's bad on defense, though. If we got the Regatha card, that'd be sweet, because we would kill Skrelv. And then battle with Monastery Swiftspear. Battle into a battle, literally. That'd be sick. Probably wouldn't be able to do anything about it, because Monastery Swiftspear got buffed. I dislike Thalia. I don't know if I ever told you that. I think this is like a horrendously balanced Magic card for 2023. It's just... it doesn't incent anything good. It just makes it so people can't play Magic. I think like the idea that you just can't play Magic is just not a good idea. Okay, well... first thing, I'm just going to attack with Squee Dubious Monarch again. I probably should have played a land. Eat that, take 3 again. Sick. So next turn, I'm going to attack with a bunch of stuff. Maybe make them tap Skrelv. Sokenzan. What is this? Do you have like a Crusade you're going to play? This is like Team Legend lands? Legends and Legend lands? Sick. I guess everything they played is Legends. Okay, so they conceded to like 3 1-drops. Cool. Furnace Punisher is going to be great in this matchup. Let me tell you why. They have a bunch of non-basic lands. Good. first turn Skrelv Copperline Gorge. That's the matchup that you want Furnace Punisher, friends. I think I will O-Bolt. This stink of like an Adeline to me. So the Magic Bar is going to be great. We need to cut 11 cards. Squee was great, but it was actually only great because of Kumano. Like, any 2-2 would have been equally good. Literally. Squee's 1/1s did nothing. He blocked every single one. Like Ralph Stokesy, not impressing me. Rending Flame seems expensive to me. Still need to cut 3. It's probably going to be like Feldon and Squee. These guys are stainsy. Feldon is like okay. Unless it's late game and you're just getting the burn spell that you need to kill them. Like Feldon is far less exciting, I think. And he's just not a great combat creature. Like anybody is a great combat creature when combined with Kumano faces Kakkazan. Like if we went like first turn Kumano faces Kakkazan, second turn Feldon, Thalia would have been really unimpressive in that situation as well. But it's just a fine card. Faraday. All right, we're going to get the chance to see just how good Kumano faces Kakkazan into Feldon is going to be. I bet it's going to be pretty good. Who are our enemies? Skrelv into Thalia is our enemy. We do not have a 1 casting cost removal spell for Thalia. We have 2 lands. We could easily get stuck. That's a possibility. Hope that doesn't happen. First turn Sokenzan. What deck is this? Man, I wish I cut more Feldons. If they have like Thalia off this, that would be the worst. The worst. Sweet. It is not the worst. They're like literally Team Legends in Legend Lands. That's my analysis. Etching. Etching Skrelv Thalia? That's what you're bringing to the table? Squee. Sure. I brought an O-Bolt, so I'm a genius. I guess Kumano would have done the same thing as O-Bolt in that situation. Come on, deck. We need a little land here. Kumano again. So we're actually ahead on life right now. You know, it'd be great, a land. We're going to Regatha this thing and then pew pew. Straight up race. They have a follow-up play? Oh, come on, deck. Knockout Punch. Knockout Punch sucks. Yeah. Play this. Knockout Punch could not have been worse. 10 up. This is going to flip. If we attack here, I think we're like... This is like one of the only blockers, right? So we can play this. This gets powered up. Kill this. They take 4, go to 6. We come in. They have to make a bad block because they're just dead if they don't make the bad block. Now, they have a good counterattack. I don't think it's enough to kill us. Right, so their counterattack is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. We're at 10. So They have to make a bad block. Pew pew. So this is 6 coming in. This guy has trample. Probably this is the block, which I think it's... ESPN checkmark, friends. Brainstorm! So that's like how they said it on Ben 10. Okay, we're gonna play this the opposite of how we played last round. So Kumano's gonna come down first into Monastery Swiftspear, unless we draw something that tells us separate, which we did not. And for my second trick, unless we have a separate prowess enabler, it's likely we're gonna play Mishra's Foundry on the second turn. All right, I'm going to play this even though I lied about the Mishra's Foundry, just because I don't know what they're going to... They might have a cut down. I need to disincentivize them from cutting it down. If we played Mishra's Foundry, they would definitely cut down. Go for the throat, sure. Esper. Probably play the Foundry this turn, though. Oh, what are you tanking on, opponent? What do you think? So they could have Shieldred next turn, so I'm not gonna mess with that. Not gonna mess with them potentially having Shieldred next turn. Thalia. Sweet. This is what I think of your stupid Thalia. Pew! Pew! So, like, I'm pretty... I think I said in the intro, I'm, like, really torn about the card Rending Flame. It's so good against Shieldred, but, like, wouldn't you rather have a Nahiri's Warcrafting here? Like, just instead of sitting back on a Rending Flame? Thalia again. I hope you side out Thalia. Not enough mana to protect Thalia. Kumano. Attack. Notably, they have like 2 cards in hand versus our 2 cards. Our 2 cards are insane to lose. Like, how good is Toulouse in this situation? Like, they don't even get the thing back. Is this worth it? Just attack? It's 2 against 3. Like, we're up 10. I mean, we have a bonus Rending Flame for their next Shieldred. We're going to have 2 2/2s that are both sweet coming in next turn. Rafine, sure. Sure. Submit 0. Alright. Should be dead to our hand. Denick. Sure. Esper. They did not draw Shieldred. This is the matchup. You want all these cards. All 15 sideboard cards are insane. Okay. If you said to me, your matchup is going to be Invasion of Regatha against Thalia, how would I feel about that? It's actually not that bad. Squee, garbage. On the draw, Feldon is like never going to get in. I think Ralph Stokesy is very expensive for this matchup. Obliterating Bolt does the same job for less. Insane, insane, insane. Very good. We just need to have some number of threats. Can you imagine cutting Lightning Strike? I guess it's pretty good against Denick. Good in this matchup, great in this matchup. We need to cut 6. This is like literally the best card against them. It's a way to win, and it kills Shieldred. This kills Shieldred. Regatha. I can't believe we would cut Lightning Strike. It seems crazy to cut Lightning Strike. It's too many good cards. All right. Kumano, great. Barrage, this is the matchup for Barrage. Swiftspear, nobody cuts Swiftspear. Play with Fire, kills Thalia. And Skrelv. I guess it's this guy. So we're going to be like relatively thin on threats. So if we lose this game because we didn't have any guys, then we know to bring guys back in for game 3, right? But they're like thin on removal, I think. Maybe they'll have 4 total go for the throat. Kumano faces Kakkazan does so much work in this matchup. Okay. This hand needs 2 land to unlock, but it is live. Obviously, it depends what they do. If it's Skrelv, we might Kumano it immediately. Not Kumano, sorry. Swiftspear. Denick. That's the first land that we needed. Like a mild punish if they have a Rafine, but we can just kill it with Obolt. Rona. Battle. Opponent down to 11 already. Just going to use a main phase removal here. Pious Apparition, sure. I'm going to use Play with Fire here, even though it's less mana efficient than Obolt, because we might actually need that for, Rafine or Adeline. They are in a lot of trouble. Shieldred, sure. Pew, pew, they're at 1. We're going to have 2 guys. They just want to blow themselves up. Blow up their own head. Blow up Jace's head. Think real hard. Rona. Not worried about Rona. Alright, so I think this is the check mark. Alright, so if we play this, if they have Urtai, blow up your own head. Okay. That was like a pretty quick climb to diamond. What did I like about this deck? I mean, it flowed. It had a. You can open this up. It flowed. It had a particular plan. That plan, we queered that plan in sideboarded games over and over again. Like that last game against Esper Legends, we literally like sided out every single card that makes this deck unique in favor of just an overwhelming amount of point removal and card advantage. And I've said this in a bunch of videos already. Lithomantic Barrage is the realest of the real deals. I think you saw it costs 1 mana. It's like 1 mana, kill anything, can't be countered. I mean, when I say kill anything, it doesn't kill a Shieldred, even though it does 5, but I think it's really, really effective. In the comments, I'd appreciate if you just would throw your opinions out there. Was Rending Flame good? Right? So Rending Flame, and it had text. We were fortunate enough to play against, fortunate, right, in quotes. We were fortunate enough to play against decks with Shieldred and Shieldred the Apocalypse a bunch. So Rending Flame was unusually good in the main deck. But the real question is, would it be better or worse than Nahiri's Warcrafting? Nahiri's Warcrafting is a new card for March of the Machine. And if you're like, hey, is that a rare card? I don't know, is it? If you maybe might want Nahiri's Warcrafting because you want to blow up a battle like Invasion of Regatha, which is also a new card for March of the Machine, maybe saunter over to coolstuffinc.com. And while you're there, use the promo code Flores, FLORES, for 5% off of Invasion of the Regatha, any other March of the Machine stuff, or anything else that you might want to build your red deck, because red decks win. Love, Mike.